All right, Coach. U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's as both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On first down, Calhoun. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20. Touch. A big play there. 76 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. Committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past him and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27.
27-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. This is Pittsburgh. Number 50. 50 over. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Now a handoff looking right. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? We were running to a running back that had a great game the week before. They didn't think that's just going to naturally continue. Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be that time. They were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Williamson. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Looked like man coverage, able to read it there on the outside for the completion. That'll be something to track as the game goes along here.
It certainly will, and there's so many different ways that they will try to figure out whether you're in man or zone. Sometimes you'll run a guy in motion to see if someone runs with him. Other times you'll empty out the backfield, spread it out, and see if everyone comes out and matches up. In any event, anytime you see man coverage, you tell your guys you've got to win those matchups, because if you do, you'll get the football and battle for a nice game.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
97's the mic. 97's the mic. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson. And it is caught right at the 10-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Check.
On third and one, Jackson. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 10 yards out, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Barbara, I love your description because thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. The play-action fake, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And a return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. Disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Number 53.
Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on first and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Come on, set. Not a good. Ball try. Situation. Let's go. Let's go. Good set. Watch the slant.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. It'll be caught by Rice. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. To throw is Jackson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring out second and goal after the gain of 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming to still ended up with a solid game.
So the ball position now at the 3. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They run the counter. Calhoun, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now their last two drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play a little more vertical.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Jackson to throw. 9-timers left. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's go now. 15 on it. 15 on it. 53. 953. Hey, look. 64. Wait. 53. No. 53 is the mic. Cut. Off.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. Jackson for the shotgun. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta. Please grip.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's right, baby.
On 2nd down, Calhoun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. Right back to him on 1st down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll look to throw. Kidder here, it's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Ready? 8, read. Now.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 28-yard line.
Ready?
51 at the mic. Go on. Go on, D. Run. He's done.
Go.
2nd and 11. He's got it to Williams. And down inside the 15 he goes. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line.
1st down, Lions.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Come on, let's go.
Go. Get.
He'll look to throw. This man, it's Williams. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Calhoun. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partners? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
Here we go.
Come on. What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has an absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 30-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
53. Go.
Make these babies cry all the way. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. 53 for Mike. 53 for Mike.
Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an right now. They want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll set up a throw. It's Hill, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Complete to number 89.
Here we go.
It's a
60 Pittsburgh. Hey, C6. You're not right now.
Now back to throw. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Forced to the ground and incomplete.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
We'll go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Ready up.
53, Mike.
Go. Come, baby.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 6-yard line. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like it.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
The score, Vikings 28, Lions 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will sit. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll keep it on the ground. Calhoun shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. 38 yards on the scamper there. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
At first down, and Ricker throw. It's complete to Williams. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, Haywood!
Back to throw here. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 3 yards here, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Watch the pass.
Hey, high 7. 5.
They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions were able to draw a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. How does the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away? Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Jackson will buy some time right. They'll try and run it. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now it's Jackson. And he fires one incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Jackson. He's going to walk one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he elects not to bring this one out as his guys will take over at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The run on 1st down gets him a couple up to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that one.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards the pickup there.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
Bravo! Now.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 30. And they're going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
Jackson flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Come on, set. Not a good. Check. Wheel. Hey. Say.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or 2, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
12 yards on the return that time, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any comeback. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him. One in the final play of quarter number 3. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. You got the big lead to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been on this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Go.
Here's Jackson to throw again. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead, or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Now Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive of punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. Touchdown, Vikings! A great effort there. 36 yards. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to it. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Lions 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start the next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brad, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Looking to throw. It's Williams on the catch. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Lions on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. What it says? Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. And a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a fourth down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over first and 10. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Any day. And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
Now. They'll try and start this drive in the air. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw here. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
58, boys. 58. 58, Mike.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Hey, Zoo! It's a gain of 20. First down, Lions.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Makes it second.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
They run the counter. Maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Vikings, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gotw alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.